For the Titans, the division is ours. I don't care what Houston did yesterday. They're going to go get their Letterman jackets again. The Indianapolis Colts are 2-6 against the Titans since Pat McAfee came up here and did his wrestling announcement. And the Jacksonville Jaguars, they haven't had back-to-back winning seasons since I was a senior in high school.
Everybody catches.
I don't wanna hear any more small talk. Off that short pier, take a long walk. My style ain't free cause it ain't off top. I'm at your throat, go get a cough drop. I don't wanna hear any more small talk. Off that short pier, take a long walk. My style ain't free cause it ain't off top. I'm at your throat, go get a cough drop. It's Kush. I love me too much and your brain turn to mush. Fall flat on your tush. You couldn't handle the product I push. I guess I'm just used to it, I just do it. Like Nike swoosh, none of that Reggie Bush cause I'm top shelf. I ain't got wealth, but I'm on my grind like park rails. I'd sell the shoes right off my 2 feet, then add one, that's a yard sale. Got dumb bars that be smarter than Harvard, Yale. Take your pictures elsewhere, you wanna be TMZ, I wanna be VIP. Quit pandering, I'm not answering cause I don't wanna hear any more small talk. Off that short pier, take a long walk. My style ain't free cause it ain't off top. I'm at your throat, go get a cough drop. I don't wanna hear any more small talk. Off that short pier, take a long walk. My style ain't free cause it ain't off top. I'm at your throat, go get a cough drop. All of that bark and no bite, that's alright. Not everyone can be the big dog. Take a walk, kick rocks. Can't keep me out cause I pick locks. They hearing me knocking, I'll never be stopping. I keep this shit popping like lip gloss. Get me pissed off and the whole squad point the red dots. Something like chicken pox, give me all what you got like it raw, shimmy y'all. Feeling like Tony Hawk, never stop, let it rock, better not get involved. Running a marathon and you a tourist. This my world, you a tourist. Fuck with the bullet, you get in the horns, I'm a tourist. I don't wanna hear any more small talk. Off that short pier, take a long walk. My style ain't free cause it ain't off top. I'm at your throat, go get a cough drop. I don't wanna hear any more small talk. Off that short pier, take a long walk. My style ain't free cause it ain't off top. I'm at your throat, go get a cough drop.
Hey, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Titans, scratch that, the Oilers Fan Battle podcast this week. Brought to you, as always, by the Fan Battle Sports Network. So please remember to go like, comment, follow, subscribe, wherever you're watching from. So you can visit us on fanbattlesports.com for the latest news, articles, blog posts, old episodes of the podcast. Just get your AFC South feel for. If just get your Titans feel, you can ignore the other teams if you like. I'm Michael, and I'm back again with my co-host Casey, aka Lil Pickle.
What's up, guys? It's good to be back.
So
they said we were trolling. You see the comments about the Henry and the highlights, and then Byard too.
Well, yeah, we gotta get Byard out of the highlights. That's yeah, we gotta get Byard out of there.
Yeah, that's funny. Byard's in the highlights, man. Oh man.
But speaking of people on other teams, I figured we'd start with just, do you have any games to watch this week before we dive into the news of it all?
Yes. So one of them is tonight. The Bills and the Bucks. We need the Buccaneers to win that game. Yeah. Every little thing can help. Not just us, but every AFC South team.
Well, yeah, it's getting mid-season, so it's that time where you're playoff picture watching. So any AFC period teams losing, that helps us out. So
exactly,
especially when we're 2-4. So.
and then of course the Jaguars and the Steelers.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, that's going to be a important game for both teams, but very important for us other teams in the AFC South.
Yeah, because that will get us, because we, not to get ahead into the preview, but we have a winnable game this week, so we can double up and get a game closer there.
Yeah, so definitely a game to watch would be the Jaguars and Pittsburgh.
Yeah, you got any predictions for that game? Any particular matchups you're looking forward to?
That I have no doubt that Jacksonville's a good team. I think they got the better team. But they're going to Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh they're pretty strong too. They're not as good as they can be, but I think Pittsburgh's going to win that game. I think they're going to play hard-nosed football, and it's going to shock Jacksonville, and it's going to be fate for us. So,
what's going to be interesting in that game is Lawrence is near the bottom of the league in 20-plus yard pass completions. Like, he doesn't go deep a lot. So can that Steelers pass rush get back there before he gets the ball out? That's going to be a big matchup.
Yeah, that's true.
But
he said this team gave the whole season up after 6 games. It ain't over yet, but we're trying to give it up. We're trying to.
We might give it up after 7 games. So
yeah, 7. We will know after 7.
But speaking of giving up some stuff, have you seen any bye week news of note that you would like to talk about? I mean, it's been a slow week for the Titans.
Yeah, as the comment said, we always making news somehow, ain't we? I think we have the headline for the week.
Yeah,
it would be Kevin Byard.
Yeah, what do you think about that? When you first saw Ian Rappaport breaking news.
So Kevin has been one of the best safeties in the NFL, and he still is. And him going to Philly is probably a great thing for Kevin, to be honest with you. That's a team that's playing really good football right now. They have a good defense. He's going to fit that scheme really well. And I think he can play successfully there because Kevin can play his position. With us, he was having to try to do a whole lot because we just don't have cornerbacks. As much as I like Kevin and much as he's great, it gives us cap space in 2024. So
yeah,
it was
the big thing is that 2024, because that opens up $14 million in cap space. And that when we all saw in the off season this year, Byard took a pay cut. Like that's all we saw. The fans stopped reading there. Byard's a team guy. He took a pay cut. The facts was that he didn't take a pay cut. He moved money to 2024, which was making him. He's going to be a top 5 paid safety in 2024.
Right.
And so the question, what it did was put him on a prove-it year leading up to the bye this year. And we're a bottom 10 pass defense again. So do you want to give a guy top 5 money for bottom 10 results? Even if he ain't playing like a bottom 10 safety, we can put anybody back there and be a bottom 10 pass defense.
Right. So in other words, we're gonna need that money to figure out where we're messing up.
Yeah.
And evidently we know it's not Byard. We know that. So it's in other areas, and I think it benefits him and us.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, we're number 2 right now in 2024 cap space if nothing changes. So $100 million, like we can do a lot to fix the offensive line next year with $100 million.
Yep, they can turn the whole team around too.
But on a personal note on this, so Ian Rappaport broke the news at 3:28 p.m. Monday afternoon Eastern time. And at 4:13 p.m. Eastern time, I got a notification on my phone. I've got a package on my doorstep. And I've not opened it yet. I saved it. Let me make sure I don't flash my address. I saved it to unbox here together. So late last week, I was trying to decide, am I going to go to this game or not? And of course, I've got my personalized Oilers jersey, but I was wanting a different one to wear if I did go to this game. And so I ordered rush delivery, a field ready $350 plus tax plus rush delivery, almost $450. Kevin Byard Oilers jersey.
Man.
So now I'm sitting here, a Tennessee fan, with a Houston jersey of a Philly player. Like, this thing's so damn schizophrenic, I'm going to have to hire a psychiatrist to figure out what it's supposed to be.
That was funny. I like that. That was good. Dang, man. It says, well, but you know what? He'll always be remembered for what he did in Tennessee. That's the thing. You know, and we'll talk about it in a minute, but somebody asked a question about Henry and Simmons. They said, what's next? You know, no matter what, they'll always be remembered as Titans, even those guys.
Yeah, those guys as well. But I'm going to address Henry and Simmons a little bit later in this. I've got a prediction for what happens with them going forward as well. And looking at other news, we got a new left tackle starting.
Yeah.
So Dillard to the bench and MPF at left tackle. What do you think?
Man, what a carousel. What a carousel. Who would have ever thought MPF would be starting left tackle?
See, I think it's actually the perfect move at the perfect time. And here's why. Because we know that we have our right tackle sealed up. Hubbard's there, right. And that's why MPF didn't get his job back, because he was doing a good enough job at right tackle. So that's our answer in 2024. We know that we've got our left guard position sealed up, and with Spronsky. And when Spronsky has been in the game, Brewer has been a really good center as well.
That's true.
So we started this year with 0 answers at the 5 offensive line positions. Now we have 3. We know that Dillard's not the answer. Let MPF see if he's the answer. If he's not, then we know what the mission is in the offseason. If he ends up being the answer, then great. We got our 2024 offensive line figured out.
Right. That's true. I agree. I agree with that.
And
it can take some time to see where those guys gel. I mean, you know, Dillard could be moved to a different spot, you know, and jail there. So they're trying to figure out whether they're good right now. So
yeah, and I think we've got a guy that's going to be an all-pro at left guard. Everybody wants to move Spronsky over to left tackle. He's so good at left guard, I wouldn't mess that up.
Yeah, and you know, the NFL has always been a league that, you know, in order to win, you need to win in the trenches. It always has been.
Yep.
And people don't realize that. But you look at teams that could have been more solid, like us. Like, I'll tell you another one, the Washington Commanders. Their offensive line is horrible. You know, and if it was a little bit better, I think the entire team would be better. Their defense would be better. So we're in the same boat as them, a team that should be way better than we really are, simply because we're losing in the trenches on the offensive line.
Yep. And that's a problem with us on defense as well. Landry hasn't, Key hasn't. Like, some of these guys just haven't been what they were supposed to be.
Yep.
But we got a question here. Who you looking at in the draft? You got your eyes on anybody 2024?
I don't because I know that we're probably thinking offensive line. You know, there's probably a thought there because it's so bad. Like, it's got to be fixed. You know, at this point, we don't know at quarterback where they're liable. I mean, this is Rand's year. So Rand has the opportunity to say, I'm rebuilding this team. This is my shot. So he may go after a quarterback. You don't know. If we get a good enough draft, he may go after a quarterback. There are so many needs. I mean, if something happens that, as the comment said, that Henry or Simmons were not to be with us, then you're going to need a running back. You're going to need a defensive tackle. We need cornerbacks. We need, honestly, a tight end. The Titans need a tight end bad. So
Yeah, Chig
We
has
need
been dropping balls every game this year. It has like he hasn't had that good game. Last year, every game was a good game for him, especially when it got to the second half of the year.
I can't believe it. You know, you rely when you have a bad offensive line, especially you rely on that tight end to check down a lot, and for some reason he's just not working out. And so when you think about what we need, I don't know honestly, Michael. I don't know where to start. I mean, it depends on who we got when the season's over. Do we keep Henry? Does Levis show up and show out? We don't know. I mean, he might. He really might come out there and play different in game than he did in camp. You know, so you never know. This guy's liable to be the guy. You know, he's liable to be the guy. We don't know.
And that leads us into the other news coming out of the bye week. We're about to find out if he's the guy because that's our starter this week. So, what are you thinking? What do you expect to see out of him?
It's amazing.
Or what do you need to see out of him to say that if Tannehill's healthy, then we still need to play Levis?
It's amazing how it led to that because this is the second year in a row that Tannehill's got a hurt ankle. I contribute the majority of it to the offensive line being so bad. And, you know, we have Levis and both Willis going to be given it a shot. And my thing is this. I think both of them have the capability to be good quarterbacks. I really feel like Malik Willis has the capability to be a better quarterback than he is. But I worry for both of them with this offensive line. I really do worry. I'm worried that it's like throwing him out to wolves, you know, and I don't want to see him end up like a David Carr, you know, with the Texans years ago. I think David Carr would have been a great quarterback if it weren't for the fact that he played behind the worst offensive line possible. Yeah. They were letting him get annihilated. So, you know, I don't want to see Levis end up like that. So I'm hoping that we can draw up offensive schemes, quick passes, you know, hitches, runs, screens, stuff like that to just so he don't get annihilated back there. We don't need him getting sacked 6 times. Okay. I mean, that's what I mean. And so I'm excited, but I want to see him succeed. I want to see Levis be our starter next year. That's what I want.
And I think Tim Kelly's smarter than Downing. I mean, Downing, when Willis came in last year, he ran the Tannehill offense.
Yeah.
You know, he should have been running rollouts. He should have been running read options. Give him a chance to do what he's good at. And he didn't. He just ran the Tannehill offense. I think Tim Kelly is going to limit the exposure this week to Levis. We got Henry and we got Spears. I wouldn't be surprised if both of them get 18 to 20 carries each.
Yeah, I could see that. And if they can establish that, and we can establish the run a little bit, that's going to give Levis the opportunity to start hitting some play action.
Yeah,
and because you know that defenses are going to cheat down hard on a rookie quarterback. They're going to key on Henry. So if he has opportunities like, you know, 1st and 1 or 3rd and 1 to hit a play action, you're going to have an opportunity to give him some confidence with a big play. You know, that's the way to get him a big play is in play action. And I think it's very possible if they can get him confidence early that he can go out there and start playing and hype him up.
Yeah, I think Arthur Smith he knows how dangerous Henry is firsthand. He was calling plays for him. And when he went 2,000 yards, he was calling plays for him. So I think that Arthur Smith that's going to be mission number 1 is take Henry out. And he may get so aggressive in that you burn him with a big play action or even a double pass where Henry is throwing the ball to Hopkins again.
Exactly. Get the ball down. You got to get a couple of big plays to get the confidence for Levis.
Yeah. So that'll lead us into Falcons at Oilers. Do you think the Titans can build that confidence and get the ball moving.
Yeah, I think we can win this one. I really do. I think you're going to see a different energy in this game. I feel like, whoever's going to step up for Kevin Byard, it's going to be a fresh person. It's going to be, somebody with a little different energy. I don't know that he's not going to be better than Byard by any means, but one energetic player can change an entire team. And I miss the days when we had Cortland Finnegan and Keith Bullock and, guys that would go out there and hype the players up. And even whenever teams were better than us, we could win a game because we had the energy. So I think the energy is going to matter. I think we can win the game. I think we get Henry running the football this week, and I think Simmons plays a good game. I think we win this game.
Yeah, I think we do as well. And if nothing else, it's because we're averaging 17.5 points a game. There's only a handful of teams averaging less than that, and the Falcons are one of them. Yeah. So we're not going to have to go out there and put up 40 points to win this game. We can go out there and, like I said, hand the ball off to Henry 20 times, hand it off to Spears 20 times, ask Levis to pass it 15 times, and burn the clock, shorten the game, and we can get out of there with a win with 17, 18 points.
Exactly. Yeah, I think we can win this game.
And you got any predictions what you're going to see out of the defense now that Byard's gone? Is it like how big of an impact do you think that it makes on the game?
We were talking about it earlier, and we do know that right now we already have one of the worst pass defenses in the NFL.
Yeah, bottom
so so it can't get any worse. I mean, it really can't. I mean, unless teams go out there and just start breaking records on us, and I guess that's possible. But as far as for us, it just can't get any worse. It's got to be able to go up from here. I don't know that it does, but a good pass rush would help the pass defense. And we've been struggling there. I was really excited about Landry.
Yeah.
And those guys, man. And I wish they could step it up and get to the quarterback more,
Yeah, the only way it can get worse, like we said, it's a bottom 10 pass defense. So, I mean, worst case, we're still going to be a bottom 10 pass defense. But as bad as it is being a bottom 10 pass defense, we only allow 19 points a game. Like, we do not allow teams to score on us. Right. And so if we start giving up deep shots for scores, then we start averaging, 24, 25, 27 points a game. We have no chance at the second half of the year then.
Yeah, we like to keep the score close and low.
Yeah, it's the old Jeff Fisher mentality. If I control the ball for 40 minutes, I can score more than you did in 20. So.
Yeah. It got us to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, got us to a few AFC championships.
Yeah, it did. Almost got us there. And I think we can do it, man. I really do. Like you said, I think they're showing the team that they're not afraid for you to not have a job there.
Yeah.
Like right now, we don't care. So, I think some of those offensive linemen, they're going to start picking it up. Because, their careers are really mounting on this. If we cut these guys because they didn't play well and they're going to go down as being on one of the worst, it's going to hurt them in general. So I think finding a place where they can play a little bit better, I do think that you will see the offensive line play a little bit better. I don't know why, but I oddly have a confidence in them that I haven't had. And I don't know why.
Well, I think they will, because the next 3 games, like I said, Falcons score 16, the Steelers score 17, and the Bucs score 17. So all 3 of these teams are averaging equal or less than the Titans in scoring. So that means that we can establish the run, we can stick to the run, and we ain't going to have to outscore these guys. It's just going to be a field goal game. Right. And with that being the case, the offensive line's always going to look better moving forward in the run game than it does setting up pass plays. So,
And that could help them with their confidence going forward too, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope so, because the game after that is in Jacksonville, and we might have to score 40 in that game. So
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. That's gonna be a tough one. But Levis is gonna take off and just go crazy, so it's all good.
yeah, but getting back to Matt's comment here to wrap this up, do you see any more trades? Who do you see traded? Where are they going?
Well, I'm gonna let you answer that, and the reason I'm gonna let you answer that is because I actually agree with what you said today when we was talking about this, and I really feel that that's probably the case here. I think that I'll let you explain what you said, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, so my opinion is that we won't see any more impactful trades from the Titans. And even if we do, Simmons ain't getting traded. He's here. He's not going nowhere.
No.
So that's the one guy that's untouchable in a trade, in my opinion. But I think that because, like I said, we can beat the Falcons. They're averaging 16 points. Surely we can beat a team averaging 16 points. So if we beat the Falcons and get to 3-4, we have the two more winnable games in front of us, where it's Steelers and Bucks averaging 17 each. And so we could get back above water, be 5-4 going into Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So I think if we win on Sunday, then there's no more trades coming, because we're going to make a go of it and try to get to 5-4 with 5 divisional games in our final 8, and try to make a run, if not at the division, at a wild card game. And that's how Henry will go into the sunset, is making a playoff run. However, if we lose on Sunday, if somehow we lose this game, I think it's a fire sale then. I think that everyone is on the market, and it's just a rush to see how many draft picks we can get before Tuesday. Yeah. I think that Henry will definitely be gone. I think that they will take the first fourth-round pick offer that they get, and we will keep Henry's salary on our salary cap, because it's all about 2024. And if we can get a fourth rounder by doing that, then that's going to be better than a fifth or a sixth rounder. And it's not helping us by getting $4 million off of our books this year.
Right.
I think that Tannehill to the Jets is a very real possibility at that point. I think that they'll move mountains to get whatever pick they can from Tannehill, and they'll just ride out Levis for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Because then you got Levis and Spears, and so that's going to be your 2024 combination anyway. So you might as well give them some experience together.
Yep.
I think that they'll give another team Fulton and a 7th rounder for nothing if somebody will just get him off their roster at this point.
Yep.
I think that that Landry is movable at that point, because he has came back and hasn't produced. I think that Key is movable at that point. I think that everyone's saying Hopkins, but when Hopkins was a free agent, nobody would pay him. Right. So now he's having a down year. His stats are down. Why would they pay him plus give us draft picks for him at this point? Right. I think we would trade Hopkins, but there ain't going to be a trade partner for him.
Right.
But we're going to win on Sunday, so none of that's going to matter.
Right. And that's the thing is, and I agree. If we lose Sunday, then we need to unload. As bad as I hate to say it, it's crazy to say that, because I love Henry. I love him. Like, you know, he's been glory for us in a lot of the league. You know, to be able to watch this guy play the football that he's played, and people forget. Like, I think it's easy to sit and watch this and kind of not take the moment in as much, but we're watching one of the greatest running backs to ever play this game.
Yep. And,
you know, we had him on our team as Titans, and it's hard to let that go. But man, we know, you know, the rumor has it that every every possible team that might remotely need a quarterback and have a chance at the postseason is going to want Henry.
Oh, yeah.
And, teams that have a slight chance to make the playoffs are going to make an offer on Henry. So, there's names, I know people are talking about the Ravens and, there's a few, the Bills, but I'm going to tell you, there's some sleepers like the Cowboys, people like that, how Jerry Jones is. Jerry Jones will go get them.
Yep.
And so it gives us probably as Titans the first time in history we've had such control over what people are offering us. Rand's gonna feel in total control right now.
Yep.
Because Derrick Henry is still the best running back in the National Football League, bar none, unquestionable. Put that man behind an offensive line, and he's going to go to town. And people know it. People know it.
Yep, but he'll be 30 by the end of this season. So the question is, when does he hit that wall? If he's going to make it this year, turning 30, then that's the normal wall. So he's made it past that. Is it 31, 32? He was a backup for a couple years behind Murray and Dion Lewis.
Yep.
So, does he get a couple extra years there on the end? Because we did ride him hard in that 2,000-year season.
Yes, we did. Really, really
2,000
did.
yard, not 2,000 year.
Yeah, but it
feels like 2,000 years ago.
Yeah, it does. But yeah, I think he can. I think Henry can pull it off again this year behind a good line. You put that man on a team that has a pass threat, and it's on. They're going to feel like they hit a gold mine with Henry. So it's one of those things where if we lose, like you said, if we lose to the Falcons this week, we're going to know. We know as fans. There's no team that other than the Falcons in the NFL that I would say would have the greatest chance to beat. Like we should beat the Falcons, and if we lose to them, then I'm with you. So now the question is though, where do you see him going, and what would you say? What would you say if Henry gets traded? Where do you see him going, and what would you say we get in return?
I would, if I was going to put money on it, I would say the Ravens right now, just because J.K. Dobbins is been on IR every year of his career since he was drafted. And if they think that there's a Super Bowl team in the next 2 years, then that's the move to make. That get yourself the big, durable running back that Lamar Jackson can bounce off of. And Lamar Jackson's great in the spring game. Henry, he's not a downfield receiver, but he'll take a screen 50, 60 yards. So you get him out in space with two blockers in front of him, he's gone. So and like I said, I would want a 4th-round pick, and we would carry his 2023 salary for him.
Yeah. I'd say so too. I'd say that's about right. I mean, there's so many options. I mean, we even have the leeway to ask for a player. They may ask for an offensive lineman. They may ask for Rand may see some, a corner that, hey, I know I can build around this guy. This guy's going to be good, and whatever. But if that happens, we're going to know it's time. Rand's going to have his opportunity to build this team. And we'll get to sit back and say, because let's face it, J-Rob done a great job. I mean, he got us to a team that really, in my opinion, should have went to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
We were really good. And so let's face it, J-Rob done a great job. But he fought for it so hard that it got us in debt. And now it's Rand's turn. So what is Rand going to do? What's going to be, you never know. This guy's liable to go after a quarterback. He's liable to make a trade for a quarterback. You don't know.
Yeah, J-Rob, he got us a 3-year Super Bowl window with no vision on the other side of that 3 years, unfortunately. But if we do have a severely down year this year, then it feels like Rand is digging us out. He's already reestablished the offensive line. He's got us plenty of cap space. Next year, he could have us right back building towards that window.
Yep. Yeah, I think so too. And if we can ever get anything out of Burks, that's another thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen there.
Yeah, anything we can get out of him at this point is just a bonus, because I've lost all expectations for him.
And Phillips too.
Yeah, well, I don't even want to see Phillips no more. Every time he's out there, he fumbles everything that's thrown at him. So he's out of 5 punt returns in his career, he's fumbled 3 of them or something.
I think so. Yeah.
Insane at this point.
Yeah.
But what's your predictions for Sunday?
I'm gonna say we find the end zone in this game. We're gonna find the end zone. I'm feeling it. We have not found the end zone in a while, and I think we're gonna find the end zone. I mean, you talking about our points a while ago, 17. That's a majority field goals, just for those viewing. Just so you know, the greatest move that Rand made was getting that kicker, bro. Because, man, can you imagine if we didn't have a kicker too? Michael, we ain't going to go there. Let's predict this game. All right, so I'm going to say 24-17 Titans.
Yeah, I've got similar. I've got 23-13 Titans.
Pretty similar, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I say 23-13. We win the next 2, and then we're making a run at the end of the season.
It's very
5 division games.
It's very possible, because sometimes players spark when other guys come out. I mean, it just happens, man. It really does. Because some of those younger players on that team are going to say, "Hey, this could be our future. Let's rally around it." And it happens. I'm going to tell you an interesting piece is before we get off is the Colts situation with Gardner Minshew. Gardner has actually played some decent football. I mean,
his whole career he's been decent. Yeah.
Yeah, and so you got a guy right there that's behind somebody that could be a starter somewhere. So you put him in the right situation. So those guys are out there, man. And Levis, I feel like Levis could be that guy. I feel like he could do it, and we could win and turn the season around. It can happen. So,
yep, I agree. That's 2019. We replaced our quarterback, and everyone rallied around Henry and took us all the way to the AFC Championship. So exactly. I'm looking for a repeat. I know this ain't the 2019 offensive line, but I'm still looking for a repeat performance.
It can happen. So,
but, you want to tell them where they can find you before we wrap this up?
Yeah, so if y'all want to check out my YouTube channel, it's up there on the screen. It's Lil Pickle 252, and I do a bunch of stuff up there, reviews and make beats and just have a good time. So, anyways, if you want to check me out, Lil Pickle 252.
Yeah, you can find me on X at Titans W Order, and of course AFC South Fan Battle, Titans Fan Battle everywhere, X, YouTube, Twitter. And don't forget to check out the fanbattlesports.com, sign up, comment, show some love there, and we appreciate y'all for watching, for commenting. We'll see y'all next time. And
all right, guys, see y'all.
Stay mayo.
Yeah, get some mayo tonight. All right, see you guys.